in all business, companies under a lot of cost pressure, increasing competition, and teleport operators are always trying to sort of maximize their resources. Now, in some situations, they can have multiple teleport sites. So in order to increase the capacity sharing, improve reliability, redundancy, we're seeing at ViaLite Communications, we're seeing more requests now to try and interconnect these distributed fields together into a central control. And as I say, it's about improving capacity, improving redundancy. So the technology required to do that, you need very specialist types of RF over fiber technology, and we'll explain a little bit what you need to do with the next speaker.
Okay, so we're finding that obviously they're looking for diverse sites for Ka-band diversity. So initially they want to sort of couple up, sites that are quite close, and that's sort of things we're working on at the moment. So 60 to 100 kilometers. But as they started to realise that they can connect, further away, they're looking at, for two reasons. One, to sort of centralise equipment and maybe have, one central large teleport, and then have their other smaller teleports as basically just antenna sites. So you can centralise all the baseband equipment in one place. But also then having the ability to have almost like a mega teleport, but over 2-3 sites. So we've sort of talked about even different countries and different teleports in different countries being connected.
Yeah, so in a typical teleport installation, our customers are looking for longevity in the investment that they make. And their return on investment is made out typically over many years. Now, our products, there's a hardware element to them. There's also a software element in the SNMP cards that we supply to customers. Now, we've seen, it's a bit like in the world of smartphones that's transitioned into this, fast-moving software update process. We've seen similar aspects also in the hardware installations that we've got in teleports. We've recently actually launched a new version of our SNMP. We've moved away from Java across onto a standardized HTML platform. If you actually looked at Java last year, it had 13 updates in 1 year. Now, for a teleport operator, coping with all of those software updates may bring problems that they didn't foresee. And they need 5 nines reliability, stability in their platforms. So we've addressed that by now moving across to this HTML platform.
Okay, yeah, so we actually, for our own new security system in the office, found that the Java new updates were going to cause us a problem. So we had a sort of pre-warning that way with our own security systems. So we were already working on a new SNMP hardware and software. So we ported that to be a standalone HTML piece of software that works on all the old equipment. So it means that the existing customers don't have to change out the hardware. They can just download the software and still use that. And it comes with some nice new features with maintenance modes and just an easier look feel to it. And then the hardware, really the biggest changes we've had there, as well as this Java issue, is we've added the functionality of DWDM. So with the long distance, you'll be able to literally talk to the remote teleport over the fiber with the traffic. So one of the interesting things from the show, we actually had a customer that we were talking in general. They asked about the SNMP, and they said it isn't Java based. And we went, no, they said fine, because we wouldn't carry on the conversation. So there's a very anti-Java feel.
Yeah, so ViaLite has always concentrated on what it does best, which is RF over fiber products. And I think that's how we're kind of positioned in the market and how our reputation has built up over 20 years. So you'll see the way that we've kind of done this stand here at the IBC show. We've just focused our efforts on being the absolute best in the RF over fiber part. So interconnecting the field antennas back to the control rooms, providing the L-band links or higher frequency links or the 10 megahertz references. That's really what we've concentrated on. And on the first question, we were talking about how we interconnect sites as well. So we can cover sites that are tens or even hundreds of kilometers apart. And you can only do that if you really work hard and focus on being the experts in the field. Yeah.
Yeah, so we find that more and more customers are coming to us for assistance, system design. We pride ourselves in offering that service. Whereas if you're buying sort of a one-stop shop, then you don't try and get that sort of expertise. I think there's also a distinction between certainly a system integrator and a product supplier. And I think there's a bit of a move for some of the suppliers to want to encroach into that market. So a lot of times, both integrators want to come to us because they know they can pick the best from each, and also the operators, the large operators are coming direct because they want the best.